I'm home for a couple of weeks now because my body was telling me that something was like off, something was not right. So I started noticing all of these like signals that, yeah, they were telling me something. And they were telling me that I was out of balance, that something was off, something was not how it's supposed to be. And all of these signals, they started gradually. So I didn't notice like all of a sudden, oh my God, I have all of these complaints or all of these, I don't know, mental or health issues. But there was a point that I noticed like, okay, this is not what it was before. And I think the difficulty is with recognizing those signals is that for a long time you kind of think like, okay, it's not really that bad, or it will get better, or everybody is exhausted nowadays, or everybody is experiencing health problems or being anxious or being depressed, and we often also joke about it. You see all of these jokes also on Instagram and what else about, okay, we feel anxious all the time. And of course, that's also a coping mechanism to make jokes about it, and that's a good thing. But it's also a good thing to really take it seriously. It's really important to take it serious. Because what happens if we don't listen to those signals is that the body, kind of starts speaking louder and louder to us. So after a while, it will just, it will start screaming, and we want to prevent that we will get in a phase, or it will get that bad that our body is, screaming to us. So that's why it's so important to recognize those signals early on and to really do something about it and to take them seriously. So I wanted to share with you the things that I was noticing, and I hope it can help you maybe. So let's get started. So the first signal is exhaustion, and we all feel tired once in a while, or we feel tired after a day of work, and that's quite normal because it's work. So from working we get tired, so that's like a normal thing, and that's not bad at all. But if you notice like, okay, I'm not feeling tired anymore, but I feel like exhausted, I feel so tired that I don't want to do anything else, I just want to lay in my bed, I want to I just don't want someone to bother me, then it's something different than feeling tired. And that's what I also noticed, that during the day I started counting the hours, for example, or during the week I started counting the days until the weekend. And when it was the weekend, then on Sunday I would feel, or starting to feel bad again, because tomorrow I had to work again. So that is a big sign that you should take seriously, because it isn't normal to feel like exhausted all the time. And also when you start noticing that during the weekends you can't recover properly, so you have the feeling that the weekend isn't enough anymore, and that you're starting your work week tired. That isn't a good signal, and that's something you have to take seriously. Okay, and the second signal for me was that I started noticing that my motivation was just really, really low. I started to become more cynical, less productive, and of course it's normal to feel that like every now and then, but I started noticing that I was feeling that day after day, week after week, and after a while it became just months. and the feeling wouldn't disappear. And also at the same time on the outside, I was still like doing my job kind of, so doing the best I can, or the best I can, like, yeah, the best I could at that time. And I don't think that a lot of people noticed it at the same time, because I really made an effort into thinking that I was doing fine for the people around me. While on the inside, sometimes I was just, I don't know, boiling with all of these emotions. And also there was this time that this client was telling me that she always thought that during my sessions I was so calm and relaxed, and she always thought, okay, she kind of had heard that I had my shit together. And I also told her, like, okay, it may appear like that on the outside, but that doesn't always reflect how I'm feeling on the inside. Especially at that time, I wasn't feeling like that at all. So while I was feeling like that, while I was feeling so also exhausted, so not motivated, so cynical, during my sessions, I of course wanted to do a good job for my clients. So I wouldn't want that to shine through. So I was always trying to, get or like stuff that feeling away, which made me, I think, even more, it exhausted me more, because the whole day, every day when I came into work, I had to put on this, I don't know, mask maybe, of me being the psychologist that knows, not knows everything, but like they come to me for advice. So I think that also felt as kind of a failure if they noticed that I wasn't doing very well. So that also added to the stress, I think. So the third signal is that I started noticing that I was forgetting way more than I did before. I can recall also that, for example, my doctor called me because we had an appointment apparently that morning that we made before. There was this time that I had this training for work, and I had to take the train to get there, and I had to take the subway. But I was like, I don't know, working on automatic pilot or something. So I walked to the subway, and after I think 3 stops, I noticed that I was sitting in the subway like to the wrong direction, like the other side. And also the fact that it took me like 3 stops to notice that I wasn't sitting in the right subway, kind of blew my mind. I started also to not trust my own memories sometimes, like, okay, what if I forget this, or what if I forget an important meeting, for example, or I don't know. So that made me a little bit anxious at the same time. But definitely the subway incident for me was that I noticed, okay, that's not me. So the fourth one is that I started noticing that I had all of these, like health issues. And it also started quite gradually. So I became, like more sick. I can recall that, a couple of months ago, I had the stomach flu, I think like 2 times in a row, like with 2 weeks of me being recovered. And then I had another bug. And I just felt, also at work, I felt like physically ill, like a lot of the times that I had the feeling like, okay, I just want to lay in my bed and sleep and not do anything. But then I always pushed through, and then at the end of the day, I felt kind of proud of myself that I did that, and I felt a little bit better. So I thought, okay, It's not that serious also, but it is. And other complaints I had was that I started to getting a lot of like headache, like the tension headaches. Like in my neck, I felt like all of these muscles like really tense in my shoulders, eye pain in the lower back. Sometimes I felt like this old lady getting out of bed, but like for real, I'm like, okay, what's happening now? And I've had all of these injuries that wouldn't go away at the same time, which was frustrating me. I was like, okay, why isn't it going away? And I also started noticing that I had these heart palpitations, and I've had them before, so they don't frighten me as much as they did before. But they still do sometimes. So I noticed that I was getting those more, and I was getting them like during the workday. I was getting them sitting just on my couch when I got home from work. And after a while, it got that bad that I woke up with them. So just when I started falling asleep, I would wake up with my heart racing like an idiot, and I would feel so scared, like, what the heck is going on? Am I getting a heart attack or something? I had the typical like tension headache, so it felt like there was this kind of, they say sometimes the feeling like you have a helmet on that's way too small for you, and that feeling sucks. But yeah, it also showed again that it's so physically at the same time, so that your mental health is so related to your body and the other way around. So again, if you started noticing like these bodily signals, really take them into account, take them seriously. Your body is not just saying that to annoy you or just for no reason. So if you notice that it becomes more and more intense, and the signals or the feeling or the pain isn't going away, then you have to do something about it. And then the last one, the last signal for me is, or not the last maybe, but also a big one, is that I felt anxious the whole time. So I felt anxious waking up in the morning. I felt anxious getting ready for work, getting into the subway, going to work, and also at work. So the whole time, actually, I was starting to have, also like panic attacks, sometimes a panic attack at work. And of course, it's totally normal again to feel a little bit of tension during the day, or when you have to perform, or you have to give a presentation, or we have to do something new. That's totally normal and totally fine. But it's something different if it's like this feeling of fear. I think that's the best way to describe it. You're feeling afraid. You're feeling afraid the whole day for everything. And you're worrying about it the whole day, and when you get home and during the weekend, and it's kind of taking over. It's kind of taking over, and that's not what we want. Okay, so these are the 5 signals that I wanted to discuss with you, and I also realized that there are a lot of more symptoms that you can feel when you are burned out or close to a burnout, or not feeling your best. But these are the 5 signals that for me were really, like, now when I had the time to reflect on it, were the main things that I noticed that I wasn't heading in the right direction. So if you recognize some of these symptoms, or if you are worried that you might are close to a burnout, talk to someone about it. Talk to someone at work, maybe one of your colleagues, or your manager, or your boss, or whoever. But we need to take ourselves also seriously. And we have to take care of ourselves and of our body and of our mental health. So yeah, in the next video I want to get a little bit deeper into what you can do when you feel this way, or what are the first steps you can undertake when you're noticing all of these signals. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful in a bit, and take care of yourself. That's the most important thing. So I will see you guys in the next video.